Hello everybody, this is Jason with Modeling Pros, and I just wanted to take a moment to show you guys some things that I picked up today. I took off work today and took the family up, and we went on a sort of a hobby store crawl. We went to 4 or 5 hobby stores and an art store, and I'd just like to show you some things, and if you live in the St. Louis area, I'll also tell you about some interesting places. So the first place we went was a place I'd never heard of before called CRM Hobbies, and if you live in the St. Louis area and you want to go there, it's off of Eichelberger, which is off of South Kings Highway, all they sell are plastic models, modeling books, and modeling supplies. And while I probably could have absolutely bankrupted myself in that store, the only thing I picked up there was a bottle of Tamiya acrylic in olive drab. This is the color that I'm going to be painting the top of the fuselage of the and the top of the wings on the P40 that I'm working now. I've mainly worked with enamels so far, not exclusively. I prefer enamels, I'll admit, but most of the people that I watch online use a lot of acrylics. A guy that was in the hobby store told me I should really give Tamiya acrylics a try through my airbrush. So I went ahead and picked this up, and I'm gonna bite the bullet, and I'm gonna paint the fuselage and the tops of the wings on the P40 with this Tamiya acrylic olive drab. After we left there, we went to Art Mart, another place I'd never been before, though I had seen it many times and knew it existed. And I'll show you what I picked up there. I picked up these oil paints here. I'll lift them up so you can see them better. These oil paints are for, artist oil paints that they would use to paint with a brush. And what I did, looks like I got a spot. I'm going to try to adjust this a little. Forgive me for doing this right in the middle of the video. I didn't notice there was a black spot in the screen. I'm sorry. So anyway, what I recently learned is that a good way to do washes on the model when it's done to try to fill in the panel lines or to create streaking maybe on the wings or the fuselage, or also to create exhaust splatter, if you will, behind the side exhaust vents on the fuselage on a piston-driven motor or engine plane, and also kind of the sulfur spray from the guns, is to mix oil paints with odorless turpentine, which I picked up at Hobby Lobby. So the idea behind this is you take, in this case, a black oil paint here, okay, and kind of a dark earthy oil paint, and mix them in a jar like this one that I picked up right here with the odorless turpentine until you get it to a nice runny consistency and to the color of kind of a dirt or a mud. And then using a paintbrush, a fine tip paintbrush, you can dip the tip of the paintbrush into your mixture of oil paints and odorless turpentine, touch the panel lines, and the mixture should run down and fill in the panel lines, and then using a Q-tip that is dipped in odorless turpentine, the excess can be wiped away, and that can also be used to create streaking and to create the sort of splotching or spots that might show on the side of the fuselage behind the exhaust ports or behind the guns on the wings. So those were some things. I picked these up at Art Mart and picked up both of these at Hobby Lobby. In addition to that, at Hobby Lobby, I got some basically some super glue. It's, different brand, Extreme Power Medium. It comes in thin, medium, and heavy, or thick. I can't remember what word they used. Anyway, I've never used it before. I'm going to give it a try because the nail glue that my wife gave me which I love, but it's getting low, so I want to try this out. So I got that. And then the last 3 things that I want to show you are these Testors enamel stains. And I'll tell you why I picked them up. They were on clearance, so they're normally at Hobby Lobby were I don't know if you can see that or not. I can't tell. But anyway, $5.99. The price tag is there. They were on clearance for $3.59, so $2.40 off. So what they are designed to do is, once the model's basically worked and the clear coat is on, these can go over the top of it to create kind of a wash, if you will. Not dissimilar to what I'm going to do with these. And I don't know if I'm going to like these or not. I don't know ultimately, but since they were on clearance, I figured why not try them. So what I picked up here was an oil and grease stain. So this would be great perhaps to go behind the exhaust vents on the sides of the fuselage on the piston-driven engine planes. You can imagine that if an engine developed an oil leak somewhere in flight or whatever, it might be throwing up some oil on the wings or on the fuselage, and so that will hopefully this will create that effect. I picked up a black, and this is really to do exactly the same thing that I really plan to do with this, but I figured since it's on clearance, I'll give it a shot. Why not? And then I picked up another one that was concrete color, and the idea behind this is to cover the tires on the planes with this, and then with all of these, once it's applied, it's basically wiped away, and then it just fills in the grooves and leaves little spots here and there. So the idea here would be you have a plane that's regularly taxiing on runways, and it's gonna, just like in the tires in your car, you're gonna start to see kind of a light color, chalky gravel kind of getting on there, and so that's what this is designed to create. So I don't know how it'll work. I don't know if I'll like any of these, but since they were on clearance, I figured, hey, why not? Actually, the whole line was on clearance, and I guess if I had all the money I wanted or all the money I could deal with, I would have just purchased one of each of the whole line, because they had another one that was designed to create sort of a snow effect. So you might have you might be working a model that it's supposed to look like it's sitting out in winter. So they had one that was designed to create a snow effect. They had all sorts of different colors. I think they had about 10 or 11 of them in all, and they were all on clearance. So if this is something that you think you might want to try, your local Hobby Lobby might have them on clearance. I don't know if all the Hobby Lobbies are clearancing them out. I don't know if Testors has stopped making them, and that's why they're going on clearance, or if they just weren't selling well at Hobby Lobby. No idea. But anyway, picked them up really cheap, so just thought I'd share that with you guys, and hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.